You're right, everyone. It's Asa here from Romany Custom Catapults. So I've got a little bit different build to show you all here. It's a wrap and tuck build. It's not often I do wrap and tuck builds, not to this standard anyway. Normally they're solid G10 builds or Tufnell builds, more basic entry-level builds. So what we have here is a Microraptor, but with an extended handle. So there's 10mm length added right in the center here. So it puts the overall length of this build to 110mm, which is still a really small frame, one that you can grip with a full hand really comfortable. I mean, Microraptors are normally 100mm long, but like I say, this one's a little bit longer. Now, the build itself has an 8mm SRBP core, which kind of gives off, it's more of a matte finish, as you can see. It doesn't have layers in it. Well, it does, but they're so fine you can barely see them. Then we've got black G10 on this side, 3mm. And then on this side, we've got a red G10, but it's a dark red, burgundy, would you call it? I'd say burgundy. I decided to put carbon fibre offset racing stripes on the one side, which I love the look of the racing stripes. I think they add a different dimension to the build. And then I thought I would use brass pins, hollow. The look I was going for, I like classic 911 Porsches. I say classic, early 90s, 993, 911s. And many a time I've seen burgundy ones, gold wheels, black leather, black stripes. It's a kind of, in fact, I've seen it in various cars. I've seen it in American muscle cars, this burgundy red with gold wheels and whatnot. So yeah, it's just something that I liked. Lanyard pin is carbon with brass line in the center of it. The pins have come up really well. It's a bit of a smudge with polish. As you can see, it wipes out. Needs buffing over really. And the reason how this build came about is it was originally going to be a clip build, so I'm not afraid to admit mistakes. And I made a mistake with this build. Originally clip build, but I took it down too thin here, and there just wasn't enough room to drill the hole without coming right over here. It just wasn't there. It's just a silly little error. Maybe I'd done it when I was shaping and I shaped too high up there, or I just never drew it correct. I don't know. One way or another, I never left enough space. So I've since redone that build correctly, and this one ended up being a wrap and tuck build. So from a mistake, I think has come something very beautiful. Matching lanyard bead. I'm really happy with it. You can choke up really high on this build because obviously there's nothing really there. There's not much there, just enough for your bang groove. It's not focusing very good, this camera today. Now the extra 10mm in here is too much for me. As you can see, that there's loads and loads of space in there. Loads, too much. The normal Microraptor is perfect for me. I say too much. It's a nice, comfortable, loose grip. But I can personally get away with smaller. And the way I look at it is, if I can get away with smaller, why wouldn't you do it smaller? The smaller the frame, the better for me, without substituting anything on comfort or anything like that. But this build would suit the mass more than a micro, I suppose. Helicopter overhead. But I really, really like it. Hope you all like it too. Really do like the racing stripe thing. I should do more of them. I think they look really cool. The zoom's working all right there, or the macro I should say. It's a build I'm really, really happy with. There's something nice about a wrap and tuck frame in its simplicity, without seeing the bolts. I like the look of frames with bolts and without. I mean, I'm always going to be a clip man personally. I just can't be doing a wrap and tuck anymore, but I know a lot of people still like it. One more thing to say about this frame is it's ambidextrous. It holds in the right hand and it holds in the left hand. It's pretty much shaped identical. This one's gone up for raffle, and all the tickets have sold. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. Nice to use the hollow brass pins as well for a change. Nice to use this burgundy G10. It's a colour I've not used for a long, long time. Found it in the scrap box, to be honest. But look what can come from bits of scraps and a mistake. I'm happy with it. I hope everyone's having a good time. Look after yourselves, and I'll catch you all soon. Shoot straight.